You know where this person is on the docket?
I'm sorry, yes, Judge?
On the docket?
He's on the 9 a.m. docket. I'm not sure which number. I don't have my docket in front of me. Thank you.
All right. Are you Jorge Cata Rodriguez?
Yes.
Your Honor, I believe we have an agreement. I'm just going to review that with him and get that signed.
Okay, thank you.
If I may approach, Judge.
This is 23 CF 1207. State of Florida versus Jorge Cata Rodriguez. Did I swear him in yet?
No, Your Honor.
Mr. Rodriguez, would you please raise your right hand and be sworn? You swear the testimony you give for his course of truth, so help you God.
Yes.
You want to admit that you violated probation? Did you
Yes.
read and sign this plea and sentencing agreement form?
Yes.
You understand the rights you're waiving by entering this no contest, this admission?
Yes.
Has this form been explained to you in Spanish?
Yes.
Are you under the influence of any medication or drugs that prevent you from knowing what you're doing here today?
No.
Anyone force you or threaten you to enter this admission?
No.
Are you happy with the work Mr. Gibbs has done for you on your case?
Yes.
Court finds the admission freely and voluntarily entered. Court accepts it. Court adjudicates you guilty. Revokes and terminates probation. Sentences you to 6 months Okaloosa County Jail. Concredit for time served. Concurrent on each count. $100 VOP fee. $150 PD fee. Due within 180 days or sent to judgment. Anything further?
No, Your Honor. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank
Thank you,
you.
Your Honor.
Thank you. Morning.
I have a couple on the docket. I was going to call out for Daniel Arn. He hasn't shown up yet. He was supposed to enter a plea today. I would ask just to pass him. I'll try to get in touch with him.
Okay.
Your Honor, Mr. Arn is on supervision with us. I'll try to get in touch with his officer over there to see.
Thank
All
you.
right.
Thank you. Is Miss Davis here?
I don't see her.
Davis. I've also been in contact with her. She said she's on her way. She's in traffic, so we'll just pass her for now. Bridget Dobbs is in custody, and she'll be entering a plea.
Is that jury trial still scheduled to,
Yes, we could address that if you, briefly. I think Ms. Leone had sent an email about rescheduling the jury selection and trial for the second week, Monday and Tuesday, the 18th and 19th, because of officer availability.
Yes, Judge.
and that's because Ballantyne was going to be,
Probably a plea. We were discussing.
Valentine should be a plea, Judge.
all right, so you want to move that Collie case to March 18th?
Yes, Your Honor. I think you indicated last time that we will pick the jury in the afternoon, and then we can try the case the following day, and I only have one witness.
And the trial would be March 19th?
Yes, Your Honor.
I don't know if we can do it that afternoon because I've got, three juries to pick that day, that afternoon, on March 18th.
Is the CSC cases on Monday, sir? Is that what it is? Your cases?
We have Beeman with Brooke Davis and Gibbs.
Beeman will likely also resolve, or at least enter a plea, Judge.
You sure?
Beeman will also likely enter a plea, Your Honor.
So I can take that person off the trial
Yes.
trial docket? So that frees up the 22nd of March, correct?
And Judge, I believe Mr. Strauss, Robert Strauss is also.
Strauss, okay. Okay, so that takes care of every case that was scheduled for the week of the 18th. So now we're going to move Collie to the 18th.
Yes, Your Honor. Instead of Ballantyne, basically, we already had.
Instead of Ballantyne, instead of Beeman and Strauss. So now we got 3 days available, correct?
And I can likely have Ms. Beeman and Ms. Ballantyne here on Monday, the 11th, as
All
well,
right.
to get those
Judge
pleas in.
Schlechter was wanting to borrow some jurors for a case he's got. He's going to try up here. So that's misdemeanor, but, so that will allow him to use some of the jurors that we were going to have. So just to make it clear, Ballantyne, Beeman, and Strauss are all going to end up entering a plea. That clears out those trials for and they were all set for the 18th. They'll pick a jury on the 18th. And so now, the only trial we have is Collie, pick a jury on the 18th, then we can start the trial on the 19th.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. And then we still have some trials on the 11th.
Judges, as to the 11th, Mr. Austy's going to enter a plea.
I was looking forward to all these trials. I mean, now now y'all disappointing me. All right, he's going to enter a plea too, or Mr. Austy. Okay, so now what we can do, Mr. Williams and Miss Leon, we can now move Mr. Kirk DeLyons to pick a jury on the 11th. Where's he at? Oh, you got a problem with that?
Simply because, Your Honor, we issue subpoenas for the 14th, and so the witnesses, and I'll have, in that case, I have at least 3 witnesses.
Can we just pick a jury on the 11th and go on the 14th?
Yes, yeah,
We'll do
we
that.
could do that, yes,
All right, we'll
Judge.
pick a jury on the 11th. Select on the 11th. And go on. the
Could
14th.
we, Your Honor, if I may, on this case, that case is, Mr. Cocktail Lyons is represented by Jay Williams.
Yeah, need
There
he-
is an offer on the table, but he hasn't told me whether he's going to accept it or not.
here he
Maybe-
comes, he's going to tell you right now.
No, actually, Judge,
Oh,
I'm not
he's
going to
here.
be able to. I need to talk with Mr. Cutler.
All right, well, we're going to change it to pick a jury on the 11th and try it on the 14th.
All right, Judge.
Okay, so now I've gotten rid of 4 cases. So now we're down to 1, 2, 3, correct? trials?
I have two, yes, Your Honor.
2 on picking juries on the 11th, and 1 we're picking jury on the 18th.
Yes.
And Mr. Colley may do something, is that right? Okay, I got you. All right, sorry, who we got here?
This is Bridget Ashley Dobbs.
Miss Dobbs, sorry about that.
On the docket for 23 CF 2369, but we've reached an agreement to address her other open case, 24 CF 195, for a global plea, if I may approach.
Okay. Ms. Dobbs, would you please raise your right hand to be sworn? You swear the testimony you give before this court is true, so help you God.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. You want to enter a admission in 23 CF 2369, admit that you violated probation, and in 24 CF 195, admit to felony, battery, a third-degree felony, correct?
Yes, sir.
Did you read and sign this plea and sentencing agreement form? Are you aware of the rights you're waiving by entering this admission and plea, no contest?
Yes, sir.
Has anyone forced you or threatened you to enter this plea?
No, sir.
Are you under the influence of any medication or drugs that prevent you from knowing what you're doing here today? Are you happy with the work Ms. Flowers has done for you on your case?
Absolutely.
All right. The court finds the admission and plea is freely and voluntarily entered. The court accepts it in 23 CF 2369. You're judged guilty. The court's going to revoke and terminate probation, sentence you to a new term of 2 years community control, batterers intervention program, mental health evaluation, any recommended treatment, no violent contact with victim, $100 VOP fee, $150 cost of defense. In 24 CF 195, you're judged guilty, 2 years community control concurrent, batterers intervention program concurrent. So one of those one would count for both. You don't have to go twice.
Okay.
Okay. And the same with, have a mental health evaluation, any recommended treatment, that will be you count, just do it once. Okay? No violent contact with victim, 515 court costs, $150 cost of defense, and waive cost of supervision. Adjudicated guilty both cases.
Yeah, could the court impose that first step fund?
I think the judge has agreed to put that on everybody.
Yeah, that's just,
Also, without announcing it, we don't need to announce it?
yeah, the $1 a month charge. It's just, we'll just make everyone's got to do it.
Yes, thank you.
You can't come up with $1 a month. Probation will maybe take up a cuss word jar over there and put $1 in there to cover everyone. I don't
Thing
know.
will be full in no
It
time.
might be full in no time and cover everybody's, but you got to pay $1 a month under some new law. Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Williams. And next, Your Honor, I have Mr. Ryan Williams. I've filed a motion for bond. Was the state able to review the facts?
Ryan Williams, okay. What's his bond right now?
Your Honor, he had an $8,500 cash professional bond that he posted. Upon review, then he was later arrested on a felony petty theft charge and a hunting misdemeanor. But upon review of the arrest reports, all 3 of those incidents occurred on the 30th of January. They all occurred the same day. The arrests were just at a different time. So I'd ask the state if the state would be.
Discretion of the court, Your Honor.
So based on the fact that he did not actually reoffend, his bond was.
Okay, well, what, did he have to, is he being held on those other, did he
He
get a
has-
bond set on those others?
He has bonds on his other cases. It's 24 CF 279, in which the bond was revoked at first appearance, so we're just asking that the bond be reinstated.
All right, I'll reinstate it.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Send me an order, please.
Yes, Your Honor, I will. Thank you.
Okay,
I'm supposed to be here today. All my paperwork.
Yeah, I will. For you.
thank you.
Okay.
make sure when you get out, get with Ms. Flowers, get your case worked on, okay?
Yes, sir. Thank you. Mr. Arn or Ms. Davis?
Miss-
Okay, Your Honor, I'm going to try to get in touch with them and
Miss Rivers? Or Mr.?
I have a couple out of custody, Your Honor.
All right, come on.
Your Honor, the first one that I have that's out of custody would be Crystal Pachasik. She's before the court on 24 CF 20. Your Honor, we filed a motion requesting a modification of pretrial release conditions. She is on the Scram monitor, and it is costing her $528. It's page of my docket, Your Honor, it's page 8, number 19.
Okay. All right, go ahead.
Your Honor, one of the conditions was that she was to have a Scram monitor, and it's costing $528 a month. It's creating a bit of a financial hardship. She was wanting to know if the court would maybe consider doing random breath testing or urine testing or something, just to lower the expenses. I had called to see if we could do $1 a day like we do at the ankle monitors, but apparently Scram is a private for-profit company, and they said no.
Our main concern is the fact that unfortunately, every time the defendant runs into problems with the law and is and so we had hoped that the Scram monitor would assist her in maintaining sobriety until such a time as we can hopefully get her into a program as part of a plea agreement. So we felt like the Scram monitor was essential to her success and us not being here on a whole charge and another arrest, because it does seem, unfortunately, cannot control her drinking. So that was the whole purpose for the Scram monitor. The state does not believe that random breath testing would be sufficient. So we're asking the court not to remove it. We certainly can fast track the case if we need to assist in alleviating some of the costs. But we're really trying to set her up for success.
And this was affixed as part of a bond or something?
Part of the bond, yes, Your Honor.
On a cruelty towards child?
Yes, Your Honor. It was a battery on her own child, the allegations, and it's not, unfortunately, the first time that she's had some issues with costs.
Hang on a second. Mr. Ken. Mr. Ken. All right, let me think. What did you just say?
Your Honor, the charges in this case, the allegations are that she did children. Unfortunately, we've had problems before with drinking, run-ins with the law, and trying to keep her from being back here again, prior to getting her.
She had any DUIs?
Yes, sir.
Oh, I'm going to leave the Scram monitor on. Thank you.
All right. So she has court on 4/22, Your Honor?
Ms. Rivers, if there's any way to move it up, if we can certainly do that to work with her.
Thank you. All right. Thank you. Your Honor, the next one that I have would be Rebecca Raby, and it's 23 CF 2949.
Rebecca Raby.
Oh, they want you to stay on the other side. Your Honor, we are asking to put this on the April 22nd docket.
All right, thank you. April 22nd.
Your Honor, the next one is Devin Robbins, should be right after Ms. Raby on the docket. And that's going to be 21 CF 2891. We are going to put this on for 4/22 with the anticipation of putting it on the trial docket next time.
April 22nd. Thank you.
Let's see. Your Honor, I have one other. He is on this afternoon's docket, but he was here early.
Okay.
This is a plea, and that would be John Lewis Williams. He's set for arraignment this afternoon. We've reached an agreement in this matter, if I may approach. It's
Okay.
going to be, let's see.
What was his last name?
Williams. I have it as page 6 on the afternoon docket, the 1:30 docket, number 14. But the-
Afternoon docket.
Yes,
Okay.
sir. I have him as number 14.
I got it. All right, and this is 24 CF 255, right?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, John Lewis Williams. Mr. Williams, you please raise your right hand to be sworn. You swear the testimony you give for this course of truth, so help you God?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. State of Florida versus John Lewis Williams Jr., 24 CF 255. Mr. Williams, you want to enter a no contest plea to the charge of failure to register vehicle within 48 hours on one of those sex registration type cases, correct?
Yes, sir.
All right. Did you read and sign this plea and sentencing agreement form? You aware of the rights you're waiving by entering this plea? Anyone force you or threaten you to enter this plea? Are you under the influence of any medication or drugs that prevent you from knowing what you're doing here today?
No, sir.
Are you happy with the work Ms. Rivers has done for you on your case? Court finds the plea is freely and voluntarily entered. Court accepts it. Adjudicates you guilty. What's proof of compliance mean?
Your Honor, there's a sheet that they give them at the sheriff's office that he would need to provide to the clerk's office, showing that he did comply with the requirement.
All right, go ahead and comply with the requirement, I guess get the vehicle registered. 415 court costs, $100 cost of prosecution, $150 PD fee. There's no probation or jail time, right? Okay,
Correct, Your
well,
Honor.
just get that done, okay? All right, thank you.
Oh, he needs the fingerprints.
How many days you need to pay, Mr. Williams?
30 at the most.
Okay, we'll give him 45 days.
Sorry, Judge, did you call my name?
Well, that was Mr. Williams.
Oh, okay.
They've got Mr. Austy.
Okay. Louis Austy. All right.
May I approach, Your Honor?
Yes. This is 20 CF 2783, State of Florida versus Louis Austy IV. Mr. Austy, would you please raise your right hand to be sworn? You swear the testimony you give for this court is true, so help you God. Okay.
Will you mask down?
You want to enter a no contest plea to the charges as described, a third-degree felony, attempt to unlawful sexual activity with certain minors, correct?
Sir.
And this under Florida statute 794.05. So you want to enter a no contest plea to that charge, correct? Third-degree felony? Did you read and sign this plea and sentencing agreement form? Are you aware of the rights you're waiving by entering this plea? Anyone force you or threaten you to enter this plea?
No, sir.
Are you under the influence of any medication or drugs that prevent you from knowing what you're doing here today?
No, sir.
Are you happy with the work Mr. Nopes has done for you on your case?
Yes, sir.
Court finds the plea is freely and voluntarily entered. Court accepts it, adjudicates you guilty. Sentence you to 24 months Department of Corrections with credit for time served, followed by 3 years sex offender probation, designation as sexual offender, mental health evaluation, and any recommended treatment, GPS monitor, no contact with minor, initials JG, date of birth 2/24/2004, no unsupervised contact with minor, and standard court cost. Adjudicated guilty. Okay?
Judge, we'd ask that the court waive cost of supervision.
Waive cost supervision, yes. All right, thank you. How many days you got in jail already?
32 months.
You got 32 months?
Yes, sir.
What did I just sentence him to?
24.
24? Well, they're going to send you down there, do a medical checkup, send you right back here. So as soon as you get back, make sure you get with Mr. Berry. I mean, you'll get with him now, but make sure you get right with him, okay? Thank you.
And Your Honor, GPS to be attached before released.
Yes.
It will be a downward departure based on negotiated plea, and he does get credit for the time he was in Florida State.
All right. I give him credit for the time he's in, was it Florida State Hospital?
Yes, sir.
And it's a downward departure pursuant to a negotiated plea. I guess I need to write that on there. All right. Next.
Judge, the next case I've got is Patrick Medina. Judge, I don't really know why this got put back on the docket. I thought we'd already continued. My notes from court the other day showed we'd continued it to April 22nd. He's got a South End case I'm trying to get a global offer on.
April 22nd then. Okay, thank you.
Yeah, after I talk to the South End. Judge, I got Jared Riley. Riley's present, Judge. Judge, unfortunately, we're not going to be able to get it resolved today. We've agreed to put it on 4/22.
All right, Mr. Riley, please get with Mr. Nopes, get your case, work on your case, okay? Thank you. April 22nd.
4/22. Judge, the last case I've got is William Talbot. Judge, we're going to have to put it on 4/22.
All right,
I'll come talk to you
April
this
22nd,
weekend.
thank you.
Please come talk to me, Mr. Knight.
This weekend. I'll be there this weekend.
Been telling me.
Okay, sir, I'll be there. I'll be there this weekend. Thank you, Judge.
Thanks.
Have a good day.
All right, I have two out of custody, if I may.
Yes.
Judge, the first I have is Ms. Cecily Austin. I don't know if she's actually on the docket this morning.
Did you say Austin?
Austin, yes, Your Honor. We had filed a motion to recall her capious, Judge. She had unfortunately missed court last week on pretrial. Looks like there was a breakdown in communication. I had intended at one point to waive her appearance for that day. And so we just had loss in communication. We otherwise are in good communication. She does maintain contact with our office. We're asking the court to recall the capious and reset her for pretrial, Judge.
You failed to, you failed to communicate with her?
That was my bad. It was my bad, Judge. I had intended to file a waiver for her appearance because we had been communicating and I had overlooked it.
We call the capias on Ms. Austin, issue 1 for Mr. Gibbs.
Thank you, Judge.
Judge,
Hold on, 1 second.
given that she's here, we would ask to set the VOP case for an evidentiary hearing
All right.
on a May miscellaneous date, Madam
What
Clerk.
about May 9th?
Works perfectly.
Thank you.
May 9th, Judge?
Yeah.
Thank you, Judge. Yeah, you're good to go. All right, give me a call.
All right.
Capias is withdrawn.
Yeah, capias withdrawn. I'll withdraw from Mr. Gibbs, I guess.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Just needed that on the record, because if she shows up at our office,
And the other person I have, Judge, is Melissa Goldsboro. I believe there is a notice from Ms. Goldsboro for this morning. Judge, we're asking to recall Ms. Goldsboro's capias. She was supposed to be in court on Monday. We had previously, I believe, waived her for last week on pretrial, and we were just unable to get in communication with each other.
All right, I'll
We
withdraw
tried.
the capias.
For Ms. Goldsboro, it's 23 CF 2633. We'd request a
I don't have her on my docket today.
She's not on the docket, I don't think, Judge.
I'll recall the capias then.
Thank you, Judge, and we'll ask to set this for 422.
Make sure you get with the PD's office now, okay? Thank you.
Thank you, Judge. I believe that's all the out of custody that I have this morning.
All right. Mr. Russell?
mine's in custody.
Mr. Williams, you got out of custody?
I do, Judge. Let me call Trayvon Johnson first. Judge, Mr. Johnson's completed Trayvon Howard. Mr. Howard has completed the terms of his supervision. My understanding is that probation is recommending dismissal and termination.
That's correct, Your Honor. The said request for the VOP being dismissed. He has complied with all the requirements, completed the classes, and paid the costs.
All right, Mr. Howard, everything's dismissed, okay? Good job, and just stay out of trouble, okay?
Sir, I will.
All right, thank you.
No, I don't, no, that doesn't affect what you originally pled to. Okay?
Yeah, the VOP, if this was a VOP, it's a whole separate deal. That's going away.
Yes, the VOP is going away, not the original conviction or anything like that. I don't even know if you were convicted or had a withheld originally. If you want to wait in the back of the courtroom, I'll talk with you more in a few. Judge, I also have Damon Hutcherson, and we've been kind of going back and forth, and the issue we're trying to figure out is whether or not he's required to have a monitor on supervision. I don't think we're quite have it figured out yet, so what I'm going to ask to do is he was on here today. He had a VOP and a new law violation. The new law violation is going to be dismissed, but he's going to admit to the VOP based on the difference in burden of proof. So what I'd like to do is pass him out until the 28th, and I think we can get an agreement and an answer by then, and that'll give me more time to spend with him
All
as
right,
well.
March 28th.
Thank you,
Is that-
Judge.
Did y'all agree to that?
I was checking, you know, right now, if it can be without GPS, because I guess if he can, it would be agreeable to the offer, right?
Yes.
Could we have a
Yeah,
moment?
why don't we see if we can work it out right now?
Okay. Have a seat, Damon. We're gonna
Thank you,
keep
Judge.
working at it.
Okay.
Sorry, Judge, I was just trying to call my cases. Judge, everybody else I have is in custody.
All right.
while we're waiting, may the state and I approach?
In a jam, please give us a call. We're here to help you out.
Congratulations, Crestview's very own Dixie Dan Powell of Powell Injury Law, for your recent jury verdict of $11.5 million for your client from a death and injury against an inflatable amusement company. Recognized in 2017 as one of the top 100 civil trial lawyers in the state of Florida, and Dixie is AV preeminent rated. Dixie Dan Powell works tirelessly for his clients, as is evident by this extraordinary verdict. If you're taking your case to trial, be prepared. Contact Dixie Dan Powell and Powell Injury Law, 850-306-2667.
Cyclone Bakery Cafe is 2 blocks from the courthouse on Crestview's historic Main Street. We serve handmade pastries, espresso, and lunch items, and we're open Tuesday to Saturday from 7 a.m. to 4 p.m., serving lunch from 11 to 2. We hope to see you soon.
Here in Crestview, we have been serving the area since 1999. We're an alternative health food store. If you're interested in bettering your health, we'd like to invite you to stop by. We're located in Court Plaza. Stop by and let us help you be healthy.
I'm Amanda Gaskin with Briarpatch Realty. Helping qualified heroes save money is my passion. When I help a hero buy or sell a home, they receive a check from Homes for Heroes. Check out amandasheroes.com for more information.
Your Honor, this is Lonnie Odum. He's before the court on 24 CF 457. We've reached an agreement in this matter, if I may approach. On my docket, he would be page 7, number 17. It's probably going to be a little bit further along on your docket.
Lonnie Odum, would you please raise your right hand to be sworn? You swear the testimony you give before this court is true, so help you God.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. This is 24 CF 457, State of Florida versus Lonnie Michael Odum. You want to enter a no contest plea to possession of a controlled substance, a third-degree felony, possession of drug paraphernalia, first-degree misdemeanor, driving license suspended, a first-degree misdemeanor, and having no insurance, a second-degree misdemeanor. So you want to enter a no contest plea to those charges, correct? Did you read and sign this plea and sentencing agreement form? You aware of the rights you're waiving by entering this plea? Anyone force you or threaten you to enter this plea?
No, sir.
Are you under the influence of any medication or drugs that prevent you from knowing what you're doing here today?
No, sir.
Are you happy with the work Ms. Rivers has done for you on your case?
I am.
Court finds the plea is freely and voluntarily entered. Court accepts it. Sentences you to, you're judged guilty on all counts, sentences you to credit for time served, Okaloosa County Jail, 515 court costs, $100 cost of prosecution, $150 PD fee. Okay, no probation. Thank you.
Your Honor, this would be Christopher Papel. That'd be 23 CF 2210.
Okay.
We've reached an agreement in this matter, if I may approach.
All
This is
right.
what I was talking about.
You are Christopher Papel, correct? Would you please raise your right hand to be sworn? You swear the testimony you give before this court is the truth, so help you God.
Yes, sir.
This is State of Florida versus Christopher Papel, 23 CF 2210. You want to enter a no contest plea to $27 counts of obscene material possession. Well, that's counts 1 through 27, possession of obscene material, and count 31 and 32. 31 is cruelty towards child. And then 32 is use of a two-way device to facilitate a felony. And the state is going to dismiss counts 28, 29, and 30, correct?
Yes, Your Honor, if I may, count 31 is promoting sexual performance.
Well, I've got cruelty towards child. Oh, okay. Promoting sexual performance. It's cruelty towards child by promoting sexual performance. Okay, is that what it is? Okay. All right. So you understand that, Mr. Papel? You want to enter no contest plea to those charges. Count 1 through 30 is 5 years. Third-degree felony each, and then count 31 is a 15-year second-degree felony, and count 32 is a third-degree 5-year felony. You understand all that? Did you read and sign this plea and sentencing agreement form? Are you aware of the rights you're waiving by entering this plea? Anyone force you or threaten you to enter this plea? Are you under the influence of any medication or drugs that prevent you from knowing what you're doing here today? Are you happy with the work Ms. Rivers has done for you on your case? Court finds the plea is freely and voluntarily entered. Court accepts it. State's going to dismiss count 28, 29, and 30, correct? All right, on counts 1 through 27 and count 31 and 32, you're judged guilty, sentenced to 9 years Department of Corrections, followed by 10 years sex offender probation, GPS at $1 per day, sex offender counseling and treatment, no internet, no unsupervised contact with minors, $669 court costs, $100 cost of prosecution, $150 PD fees, waive costs of supervision. And sex offender designation, all counts applicable. You know what I said? 9 years DOC followed by 10 years of sex offender probation. Do I need to put the word designated also?
It does need to be specifically designated, Your Honor, it's in statute.
Okay, and designated sex offender. All right. Okay, well, all right, thank you, sir.
You then. Hello, Mr. Price. Your Honor, this is Mr. Price. He is before the court, Jacob Price. He is before the court. Your Honor, he was previously at Florida State Hospital. Court previously had found him incompetent. Florida State Hospital sent him back saying that he was competent. And this is case number 19 CF 3106. Upon meeting with him and discussing things with him, I questioned that, and we did bring that up to the court. The court ordered a subsequent evaluation. An evaluation was done by Dr. Zeman. We asked the court to take judicial notice of that. He does maintain that Mr. Price is still incompetent to proceed. He also, Your Honor, on page...
Which is in conflict with the other report. The one
Yes, Your Honor. Yes, Your
Which
Honor.
is in conflict, if I
Yes.
recall. Yeah, okay.
Yes, in conflict with Florida State Hospital. And then on page 4, Dr. Zeman indicates that he does not appear to represent an imminent threat of dangerousness to himself or others that would warrant involuntary hospitalization or placement at Florida State Hospital. And as such, the most appropriate means of restoring competency would be on an outpatient basis if available, or otherwise at the Okaloosa County Jail.
What does the state say?
Defense, are you seeking that he be restored at the county jail, or?
Your Honor, he is asking that he be released if Mr. Barnes, who was here, if Mr. Barnes could come up with a restoration plan.
I would object to that, Your Honor. We have no plan put in place. He's charged with first-degree murder.
Yeah, he can be held at the jail.
I would request he be sent back to Florida State Hospital.
Okay, yeah, because that's what Dr. Zeman's recommendation was, so we'll send him back to Florida State Hospital. Send me an order. Send me an order on that, Ms. Rivers.
Yes, Your Honor. Your Honor, this is Rusty Rogers before the court on 19 CF 2691, 22 CF 60, 23 CF 1681. We've reached an agreement in this matter, if I may approach.
All right, Rusty Rogers, would you please raise your right hand to be sworn? You swear the testimony you give for this court is true, so help you God.
Yes, sir.
This is State of Florida versus Rusty Rogers, 2019 CF 2691, 22 CF 60, 23 CF 1681. You want to admit that you violated probation in 19 CF 2691 and 22 CF 60, and plead no contest in 23 CF 1681 to burglary of a occupied conveyance, second-degree felony.
Your Honor, and the plea agreement would be that he would plead to the lesser included misdemeanor of trespass.
Okay. Trespass to a conveyance, that's better. You want to enter a plea to that?
Sir.
All right. Did you read and sign this plea and sentencing agreement form? Did you sign and read this form? This waives your rights. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
Did you read and sign it?
Yes, sir, I did.
Are you aware of the rights you're waiving by entering this admission and this plea? No contest plea.
Yes, sir.
Has anyone forced you or threatened you to enter this admission?
No,
And no
sir.
contest plea?
No, sir.
Are you under the influence of any medication or drugs that prevent you from knowing what you're doing here today?
No, sir, I'm fully competent.
Are you happy with the work Ms. Rivers has done for you on your case?
If I can speak to?
Okay, well,
Please,
let me ask you, are you happy with the work Ms.
Yes.
Rivers has done?
Yes,
Okay,
I would like to praise her.
all right. Well, she does a really good job.
Yes, sir, she does.
Once we taught her not to write in Chinese on plea forms, but now that she writes English, it's much easier for me to read. But, okay, court finds the plea admission freely and voluntarily entered. Court accepts it. In 23 CF 1681, on the plea to a misdemeanor, you're sentenced to 11 months, 29 days, Okaloosa County Jail, credit for all time served, that you've served. Court costs of $270, cost of prosecution $50, $50 PD fee, $50 application fee concurrent with all other cases. In 19 CF 2691 and 22 CF 60, the court's going to revoke and terminate probation, $100 cost of prosecution per case, $100 PD fee per case, 24 months DOC concurrent with all of the cases, and you're given credit for all time previously served. And that Department of Corrections would be on the VOP cases concurrent, correct? How much time have you served already?
I've got like 14 months done.
14 months already?
Yes, sir.
Well, they'll probably go down there and you get a health checkup and probably send you back in a few weeks, release you to probation. Well, you're not on probation. You'll be released, and because I revoked and terminated probation, you'll be down there for a medical checkup at the Reception Medical Center. They'll probably give you a bus ticket very shortly. Go back home. Okay? All right? Don't break the law.
I'm trying not to.
All right, don't try, just don't. Yeah, adjudicated guilty, all cases, all counts.
Your Honor, he asked if he could say something.
Okay?
Yes, I'd like to say Ms. Rivers done a good job, a really good job. She's done above and beyond what she was supposed to. And if I would have had you in those other probation cases, I wouldn't even be standing here today. I just want to say that you should have more people like her working, but the system is flawed from the Sheriff's Department on up, and it's going to take people like this woman right here that actually wants to see justice done and not just do a job that they want to actually know the truth, because that's what I operate on, is the truth. I'm going to tell the truth regardless. But there's some people that don't mind showing up to do a job and not being honest with their job and affecting the lives that they're in control of, if that makes any sense to you. And I'm not pointing at anybody specific. I'm just saying I found the reason I'm signing this is because I really wasn't guilty of violating probation. I did everything I was supposed to on probation. But in order to get it all done and to get out of a system that I've got myself caught up in, it just seems like the wise thing to do. I mean, that it seems like the thing to do. And so I just wanted it all to be behind me. Something needs to be done, though, honestly. But I've seen other people that's the same way, that the conditions at the jail, so many different factors involved to where a person don't mind coming up here and saying, yes, I'm guilty, and send me to prison because it's better than the conditions that they're having to deal with. And I'm not pointing a finger at anybody. I'm just saying if there was something that I could do to help, that's what I intend to do. When this is over with, I've got myself involved with some people. They're at the jail. Miss Claw, she's ECLC. I don't know if you've heard of her. That dorm, I'm in that, and I've been doing that program. And I intend to bring myself back and help other people not have to go through what I've been going through, because there is a better way.
All right, well, we appreciate it, Mr. Rogers.
God
Thank
bless.
you. Thank you.
God bless everyone. Thank you.
Outstanding money to collections on the VOP, Your Honor.
Yes. All right, Mr. Russell, I think Miss Rivers needs a raise in pay with all that glowing recommendation, so it's on the record.
I'll let the boss know.
All right, thank you.
Your Honor, this is Jamie Taylor. He's before the court on 23 CF 670, 23 CF 671, 22 CF 1262. Your Honor, he is here on a motion to set bond. These are violation of probation cases. He has been accepted into the St. Matthew's House 12-month residential addiction program, and he would very much like to attend that program. And so he's asking the court to set bond and release him to where he can go and attend that program.
Well, what does the state say?
Your Honor, the state's objecting. He's out on, he's in on 3 separate cases. His violations of probation, the main thing is for absconding. He absconded from probation or from community control August 11th of 2023, and he wasn't found until just February 23rd of this year.
With that, I gotta say no bond. Absconsion on a VOP, no, community control, violation of community control, that's a no bond. Thank you.
Your Honor, if I may have just a moment with Ms. Williams, she had conveyed an additional offer, and I just need to give her the
Mr.
state's
Keats, you got a
response.
plea or something?
Judge, I have a bond hearing on a juvenile that's being housed in Walton County. I think he's in
Oh, I got you, okay.
What did you want to put Mr. Taylor on? That's fine. May 30th is fine. Your Honor, some additional negotiations have occurred. So, Your Honor, if I could just have her brought back at 1:30?
Okay. Thank you.
Charles Russell, Public Defender's Office. Judge, this is Robert Strauss. He is on my docket, page 15, number 32. He has 2 cases today, 20 CF 3247, which is a violation of probation, and then 21 CF 247, which is a new law. And we've worked out an agreement, Judge, if I could have a moment.
All right.
If I can approach, Judge.
All right, State of Florida versus Robert James Strauss, 20 CF 3247, 21 CF 247. Mr. Strauss, would you please raise your right hand to be sworn? You swear the testimony you give for this court's the truth, so help you God. Okay. You want to admit that you violated probation in 20 CF 3247. The state's going to dismiss all the charges on 21 CF 247, correct?
So 21-247 is on the next page, Judge.
I'm
At the
sorry.
top of the next page.
Okay, I'm sorry. Plead no contest to all charges on 21 CF 247, right?
Yes, sir.
So you're admitting you violated probation, and then you're pleading no contest on all charges in 21 CF 247, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And all of them, all those charges are third-degree felonies. Did you read and sign this plea and sentencing agreement form?
Yes, sir.
Are you aware of the rights you're waiving by entering this admission and this no contest plea on all these charges?
Yes, sir.
Has anyone forced you or threatened you to enter this plea?
No, sir.
Are you under the influence of any medication or drugs to prevent you from knowing what you're doing here today?
No, sir.
Are you happy with the work Mr. Russell's done for you on your case?
Yes, sir. He's been awesome.
Okay. Court finds admission and no contest plea is freely and voluntarily entered. Court accepts it. Okay, and 20 CF 3247 adjudicated guilty. Probation is revoked. Complete 60 months of probation concurrent. Is that a new term of probation?
Yes, sir.
New term of probation for 60 months concurrent. Waive cost of supervision, complete original terms and conditions. I guess that would be under the new term of probation, correct? Okay.
Yes, sir.
36 months Florida Department of Corrections concurrent, suspended. Pay public defender fee of $100. Then on the other page, this is where I got confused because I thought, well, everything was dismissed. But on the other page, in 21 CF 247, you're adjudicated guilty on each count. Complete 60 months of probation concurrent, waive cost supervision, sex offender designation, no unsupervised contact with minor children, no devices capable of internet or social media access, no internet or social media access. You'll be fitted with a GPS monitor before release from jail. Pay $1 per day on the GPS monitor. 36 months Florida Department of Corrections concurrent, suspended. Pay standard court costs, $150 PD fee. So it looks like you got two 36-month suspended sentences concurrent.
Yes, sir.
In 60 months probation concurrent. Judge.
Yeah, 60 months probation concurrent. So just do this probation, and because you were looking at a whole bunch of time in prison. You got some time suspended, so if you mess up, that's what you're going to get that. Plus any other new time if you pick up another charge, okay?
Yes, sir.
So just don't mess up. Mr. Russell did a good job on this because you're looking at a lot of time.
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
And Your Honor, we'll get the court the score sheet.
Okay, I was just looking for that. Thank you.
Judge, I'm ready on Damon Hutcherson and
Okay.
Anthony Hawkins. Let me call Mr. Hawkins.
Hawkins?
No, it's not Hawkins. Hawkins is incarcerated. Looks like I handle, Desiree Lodge.
Lodge? I thought you said Hutchinson.
Hutchinson and Lodge, both are out of jail. Both are in the courtroom. I just wanted to call them before I start calling my jail folks.
All right, well, let's go with Mr. Hutchinson first.
Judge, this is going to be a negotiated plea.
Mr. Hutchinson, would you please raise your right hand to be sworn? You swear the testimony you give for this court is the truth, so help you God.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. State of Florida versus Damon Hutchinson, 22 CF 2758, 23 CF 2042. You want to enter a no contest plea to violation of probation in 22 CF 2758, and the state's going to drop the charges on 23 CF 2042, correct?
Yes, Your Honor, the state agrees to that.
All right. So basically, let's see, is he, this is basically an admission of violation of probation? Is that what this is, or?
Yes, Your Honor, he was on probation
Okay.
on another case.
All right, so this is not a plea to a new charge, that's being dismissed, correct?
The new charge is being dismissed, yes, sir.
Okay.
He's admitting having violated his probation, though, based on the lower burden of proof and lack of
All
a
right,
jury trial.
so you want to do that, Mr. Hutchinson, correct? Did you read and sign his plea and sentencing agreement form? Are you aware of the rights you're waiving by entering this admission to the violation of probation? Anyone force you or threaten you to enter this admission? Are you under the influence of any medication or drugs that prevent you from knowing what you're doing here today? Are you happy with the work Mr. Williams has done for you on your case? Court finds the admission is freely and voluntarily entered. Court accepts it. Judge guilty. Sentence of 6 months community control, GPS at $1 per day, waive cost of supervision.
Thank you very much, Judge.
Okay? Thank you.
Does the state have an announcement in the other case?
We said
But you already did it?
This
Okay.
is the new law. Yes, sir.
All right, Judge, I also have Desiree Lige. She was instructed to come in today. She missed court when we had her on for docket day.
We believe actually there was a no bond habeas issued. That was the fourth time alone that she has not appeared in this case.
Yeah, no bond capias for her. Oh, is that her? Wait,
Ma'am, Judge, she was having transportation issues.
Wait, this is
She'd like
her?
to address the court. This is her, yes, sir.
okay, well, hang on one second.
Your Honor, this is the one, I have her mother on community control, and I reached out to her mother to try to get her here today, and there she is.
All right, well, she's here. Why did you want a no bond?
When she didn't appear as she was supposed to on pretrial conference. This case alone, Your Honor, she has failed to appear previously on 8/28/23, 6/26/23, and 6/27/22. We keep trying to get this case done, but she does not appear for court. So we are asking the court to hold on capias.
Where is she at on the docket? Let me find out.
She's not on today's docket, Judge. She was on Monday's docket.
What's she charged with?
Judge, this is a lady that has had medical issues, and sometimes that's been why she's missed court. This past time, it was a transportation issue. She dropped off at my office some further evidence she wants me to review and then provide to the state, so we were going to wind up having to pass her jury selection anyway. I'm going to ask that if she'd like to address the court on why she missed court before the court makes a ruling, I would ask that the court allow her to remain at liberty.
How long have these charges been pending?
I'm sorry, Judge?
How long have these charges been pending?
It's been pending quite a while, Judge.
What's quite a while mean?
2022, Your Honor.
Since 2022?
Yes, sir. She does score to DOC. We gave her an alternative resolution, but she's not interested.
No bond capias.
Can I
Nope.
speak, sir?
Judge, will
Can
you
I-
allow her to speak?
Sir, I'm homeless, and I moved from Crestview to Fort Walton to a shelter, and I depend on public transportation to get me here, and it is not very consistent. So this isn't something that is...
It's been going on for 2 years, though.
Yes, sir, and I've been homeless for 2 years. I've moved out of my home, and the place that I stay at, the shelter that I stay at, it's in Fort Walton, and I don't have a vehicle, and I have a job, but just I can't
Where do you
afford a
have job
vehicle.
at? Where's your job?
I work at Pizza Hut, and I also, I'm sorry, I'm upset, but I work at Pizza Hut, and I also work at Selfco.
All right, you got 2 jobs, you live at a shelter.
Yes, sir.
Why don't you get an Uber or a taxi cab to get
Yes, sir, because the bus is more, right now, is better for me financially, to be honest with you.
I mean, how much do you pay at the shelter to live there?
I pay less than $65 a month.
How much do you make at your work?
At one job, I make $12, and at another, I make $11.
All right, well, you got enough money to get an Uber driver or something? Or
I use Lyft sometime, yes, sir.
This is it.
Yes, sir.
I'm gonna put you in jail if you don't show up for court again.
Yes,
This
sir.
is not a game.
Understood.
All right, set her for April 22nd.
Thank you, Judge.
Guys, now come on to court, okay?
Yes, sir. It won't happen again.
All right.
Your Honor, just real briefly on Mr. Hutcherson, he was reinstated to
Yes.
supervision with GPS at $1 a day.
Yeah.
Okay. Just verifying that. Thank you.
Hastings. Yeah. Oh, no, I need to put Hastings last, I'm sorry.
How many more cases we got? I'm duty judge. I got a lot of warrants and stuff.
Judge, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, well, 5, 6,
all
5
pleas?
defendants, 6 cases to call.
All pleas?
No, Judge.
Where's Mr. Gibbs at? Is he finished for today?
I think
Okay.
Mr. Hastings is.
Why don't we?
Mr. Newell.
I gotta take a break because I got a text. I've got a whole bunch of search warrants, arrest warrants, and domestic violence things I gotta take care of. So we'll take about a 15-minute break or so. Okay?
Rise, please.